Tony Gonsolin on the mound in a major league stadium for the first time since August of 23. What's realistic to expect from him today?
Well, he's ready to go. I know he's anxious. I see a full start. I expect to see him get into the sixth inning.
What did you see from him in spring training that impressed you the most?
I think I've had a good chance, obviously, to see Tony's growth. He's just a lot more mature. I think the confidence, his ability to make pitches, command the fastball, understand expectations on what's good and what's not major league level good. So I'm really excited to get him back in the rotation. Just a guy that's been there, done that, and I think that he's going to be very dependable for us going forward.
How big was it, or is it, to get him back at this time, considering the injuries to Snell and Glass now?
It's huge. It's huge. There's been a lot of talk of how big our bullpen has been. Case in point last night, what Matt Sauer did. And so we need to have starters, earn the opportunity to go deeper in games, and I just think Tony is that guy.
When you saw Sandy last night, he kind of struggled with his command a little bit. That it's a process to come back, and what's the patience level that you have to have seeing a guy try to come back from this?
Sandy's a star. Incredible makeup person, competitor, never wants to come out of a game. But coming back from Tommy John that first year, as many have done that, the feel, the command of the pitches, it just takes time. So I'm a big fan of his, and he's going to be back to an elite pitcher soon enough.
How much do you have to kind of temper your expectations for guys coming back? Like Tony, even though he built up a lot last year, Shohei later in the year, what does that kind of look like?
Yeah, it's not, it's not one size fits all. It's all different. I do think Tony is different because of the time and what we've seen. His feel is there for his pitch mix. With Shohei, when that happens, I think that's certainly going to be front of mind. And we certainly are taking our time with it to hopefully kind of, as time goes on, the feel of the pitches will be there once he, pitches for the Dodgers.
Mark said yesterday there was a plan to have Kershaw pitch today because of the weather yesterday. Have you heard if it's cooperating today?
As of now, it's cooperating. The plan is for him to go 5 and 75 today, and then I'm not sure when the next one will be.
Dave, you have multiple guys that throw a splitter, and that pitch was sort of taboo 15, 20 years ago. Would you object if a guy kind of picked it up on the fly from one of your guys that actually...
Not at all. I don't know. I think that it was kind of a misnomer, misconception that caused elbow injuries, clearly. If you look at the last 10 years of pitching. But it's got to be obviously the right candidate. I think it's got to match with the throw, with the deception to kind of look like a fastball. I think that's another part of it. The grip and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, like Luis Garcia learned to split this past offseason, and that's been a really helpful tool for him against left-handed hitters. So Tony, he's made his way throwing a split, and it's allowed for him to be a neutral pitcher. So yeah, not at all.
Shohei stole another base last night, and I know there was a thought coming into this year that we wouldn't see again what we saw in the second half of last year, especially when he starts pitching. But I'm just wondering, like, with the kind of techniques that he's picked up, sliding foot first, putting up the arm, some cues he's picked up on, whether we need to kind of adjust those priors and we could see something like what we saw from him stealing-wise in the second half of last season.
We will not see what we saw in the second half of last season. I think that he is still being mindful of when he steals. I do like the way he is more cognizant of his left hand being down to guard against the shoulder, but we're not going to see that. In my opinion, I don't see that happening.
Are you still planning to have a 5-man rotation for the next road trip? Do you have any update on that?
There might be a bullpen game in there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Last enough going to Arizona or travel?
He is not going to travel with us. I don't know if he's going to Arizona or he's going to stay here.
Do you have an idea of what his next couple of weeks might look like, just from like an activity standpoint?
For who?
Process?
He is going to have 10 to 14 days of no throwing, and then we'll reassess.
Is there a sense that that's another body thing? Like something's triggering multiple areas of his body at the same time?
I have no idea, Doug. So hopefully after 10 to 14 days of no throwing, we'll have a better idea. Thanks, guys.